Okay. It is about 9:07 in the morning, and this is the last time I'm going to be talking about this because this has gotten to the point that it is so fucking embarrassing and absurd that holy fuck, this is pathetic. So, if you haven't heard, good for you, but now you're going to hear it. Games Workshop has gone woke, or the fact that female custodies exist. Welcome to Warhammer 40k. Uh, what did you expect? GW has always done progressive things. Warhammer 40k has always been progressive. That's how it's always been. Retcons have been a part of Warhammer 40k since Rogue Trader, i.e., its first edition. That's just how it's been. They write by the seam of their goddamn pants. Is this a shock? No. To most people, it's not. This was basically just gonna happen. The author himself, Aaron Dembski Bowden, said as much that this was going to happen. And that's the guy who basically wrote most of the Custodes stories and lore. I'm not gonna go into the points of, oh, well, this is a retcon because they retcon it all the time. There's going to be tons of different arguments whether this was good or bad. Here's my nuanced take. They do this all the fucking time. Chaos Knights didn't exist until they existed. Fucking Black Templars didn't exist until they existed. Do I wish they would change it and basically, build up to it? Oh, well, thanks for the sub there, Chris. uh, yes, I wish they would change it up and, have a plan going in a lot of the time. But as I also said, you gotta say it's there, or, people will still have this freak out anyway. And I want to make something abundantly clear. The one side that is freaking out about female custodies, there are two sides that I have found in this camp. There are the people that are just genuinely upset that this was done with no fanfare or that it was just plopped in. Okay, that's how GW's always done it. Do I agree it's lazy? Yeah, it's fucking lazy. My opinion has always been it's lazy, but that's how they've always done things. I wish they would do something else. I wish they would be more productive in another way, but that's how they do it. It doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just the way they're going to do it. And as well as I've pointed out to these people, if they did a book about the first female custodies, people would still call that pandering. If they did it the way they did it, everyone calls it lazy. It's a lose-lose situation whether they do it or not. So they just rip the band-aid off. Again, doesn't mean it's not lazy, but welcome to 40k. Every addition to the lore has been pretty fucking lazy. Have we gotten amazing stories out of it? Of course. But we've also gotten shit stories out of it too. It's a sandbox universe. You get shit, you get diamonds. Just like with Star Trek and Star Wars. But then there is the camp that is an embarrassment. The kind of people that sit there and don't have an argument, they don't have anything to say. They just want to be racist. They just want to be horrible. They just want to be dicks. I have made one video on YouTube here, a short, 60 seconds, basically saying this is just the way things are. It doesn't invalidate Sisters of Silence or Sisters of Battle at all to have female custodies, because they all do different things. And that y'all need to really start separating yourselves from those people that are posting anti-Semitic, racist, sexist garbage. It is not that hard to do. The comments of that were filled with people calling me a pedophile, calling others pedophiles, and basically making fun of me being, you know, broad and big. Most of them are cowards and don't even show themselves, so glass houses and rocks, you know. But here's the thing. When people look at Warhammer, when they look at the Warhammer community, you know why we are seen as a shit toxic community? Even though the majority of us are loving, caring, fun people playing a fucking toy soldier game and just having a fucking laugh about it. It's these chuckle fucks. It's these people that post anti-Semitic shit, that post racist shit, that post sexist shit online, on the public forums, where people, regular people, the people that aren't into 40K, are seeing that shit. And since Muskrat took over Twitter, and you can pay the fucking rat to have your horrific posts just boosted and seen first, people don't see the good of 40K. They only see the shit. They see the mountain of shit. Even though they don't go anywhere. They don't represent the community as a whole. They're a screeching minority. That's all they are. But guess what? When that shit happens, and they're the forefront of the people talking about this because the algorithm is pushing them because they pay the rat to do that, everyone that is not in Warhammer 40K is seeing that shit, and then people don't want to join in, not because the universe isn't fun, but because, hey, just saying, I don't want to deal with that. And you know what? Fair. Fair at that point. No one wants to deal with a screecher. No one wants to deal with the person who denies that the Holocaust happened. No one wants to deal with someone who questions their existence and gets bent out of fucking shape over women being in the space. It is not rocket science that people don't want to be around, you know, people that are just shit to be around. No one wants to be attacked or insulted. Okay? Like, I don't know where people like got this idea that being horrible is fun to be around. Filthy Frank left YouTube a long time ago. And Joji has, the guy who played Filthy Frank, he has actively said Filthy Frank was supposed to be that way. Like, he was supposed to be the person you don't want to be. Yet, all these people act like that. Now, I've also seen people go on the both sides argument. Both sides are being unreasonable and being annoying. No. You do not get to both sides this. No one gets to both sides this. One side is posting anti-Semitic shit, racist shit, sexist shit, telling people to go themselves, and basically just, you know, sending death threats and harassing the creators of the IP. The other side's having a laugh at a meltdown. A fucking meltdown. You know, the side that is laughing at the meltdown was also the people though the other side was telling themselves, I think they're allowed to laugh. You can't both sides this. This isn't a both sides argument. To the people that are in the one camp that I talked about that are upset about the GW lazy way of doing this, it is hard to figure out which one of you is being genuine and which one is just from that Screecher camp. So I'm sorry if you got caught in the crossfire. Genuinely, I am. But you need to start looking a little bit deeper, not just surface level, and understand that people like Cerberus or Hellstorm Mike or other content creators like Arbiter Ian get harassed like this constantly from that Screecher camp. And y'all are fucking quiet about it. But I also understand some of you don't want to fucking deal with it. No one wants to deal with it. And I will always say, take care of yourself before anything else. Your mental health is not worth this. But at the same time, to those in that camp that are saying both sides, no. One side is Nazi posting, sexist posting, and racist posting. The other side is having a laugh and calling that side pathetic. Again, I am tired. I am frustrated. I have been in this hobby since 2007. And I can't talk about it or enjoy it outside of the space. I struggled to bring people into it in real life, off the computer. Because I have to sit there and fucking take it every time that someone asks me about Warhammer. I was watching a stream. I made a model for a VTuber that I like and that I support. And she and her friend were very grateful that I made that model. But then I had to sit there and listen to how the Screechers, the ones that are anti-Semitic posting, harassed them, treated them like shit, all because they said, we're not interested. I had to sit there and listen to that. Do you understand how fucking annoying that gets? Do you understand how fucking depressing that gets? That the hobby that I love and enjoy, I have to sit there and listen to people who have been attacked and fucking treated like shit because some fucking idiot who hasn't touched grass got bent out of shape, and that is what everyone who looks at Warhammer 40k sees? Do you think I like doing that? Do you think I like sitting there and listening to that? Sorry, hair in my mouth. No, I fucking don't. Bricky doesn't like it. Ian doesn't like it. Hellstorm Mike doesn't like it. Cerberus doesn't like it. A lot of people don't fucking like doing that. I would love to share Warhammer 40k with everyone. Because it's a fun fucking game. It's a fun, cool sandbox universe. Oh my god, so much hair. My cat gets everywhere. It's a fun sandbox universe where anything can happen. Do I wish they would be, a little bit more proactive in their writing? Of fucking course I would. I would love things to be set up. I would love things to just be, worked up to. Do I find how they just dropped it in to be lazy? Yeah, I do. But guess what? I also found it lazy when they did it with Knights. I found it lazy when they did it with Chaos Knights. That's just how they do things. I'm in agreement that it's lazy. But you can't have it both ways. That's what I've been saying. Today, Tuesday, April 16th, Bricky uploaded a video basically explaining his opinion on the situation. Please go watch that. His points are very much the same as mine. He basically takes the words right out of my fucking mouth. But just seeing how tired and how fucking deflated the man looks. Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel how Bricky feels. This is fucking sad. This is fucking depressing. That a community is having to deal with people putting their faces in the puddles. They're choosing to do that, by the way. And screaming, "I'm drowning." And then blaming everyone else for their problems. And getting bent out of shape over vaginas in golden armor. Yeah, no shit we find that pathetic, and no shit we find that depressing. It is depressing to see grown adults act like this. No one wants to see it because it's depressing. And again, I'm going to say something here that a lot of people need to remember. Text and Twitter posts are not a place to have a debate, to not have a topic about this. Because I have seen tons of people basically try to have a normal conversation and then words come off aggressive when they never meant to. Words came off as accusatory when they never meant to. People feel like they get lumped in with the Screechers. That was not the intent. And I need to remember that when I'm talking to someone over text, they can't hear my tone. They can't hear how I'm saying the words. When I say this side is doing this, when I say that the Screechers are doing this, I'm thinking I'm saying that's what's happening. I'm not saying you're doing that, but I'm saying that's what's happening. But other people are going, "Oh, you think I'm doing what they're doing?" No. I gotta remember that not everyone is going to take my words at face value. And that some people are just being genuine and just being, "No, I find it lazy. And I hate that." Which, again, fair game. And no, I will not accuse you of being an anti-Semite or being sexist or racist unless you're doing those things or supporting those things. That's not how this works. It's why I separated you both into two different camps. There's one side that's doing it, and there's the other side that's not. That's having nuanced takes and actually trying to have a discussion with the other side, which is my side. Which is, cool, they're there. Who cares? Trying to have a nuanced discussion. But again, you gotta understand why people on my side are basically running a victory lap. Because we've been getting death threats. We've been harassed. We've been doxxed. We've been told to kill ourselves. The amount of times I've been shown the 40% will deal with itself in no time. Yeah, no, you think I like hearing that? Nah, and I like rubbing it in their face. Because, hey, guess what? They bullied me. They bullied my friends. And sometimes you just gotta rub the bully's face in it. If you don't agree with that, then holy shit. But again, I know the Screechers aren't going to watch this, and if they are, hi. I hope that this was a good wake-up call to stop being unreasonable and actually sit down and have a discussion. I know that the Screechers aren't going to do that. They're too busy crying and losing their shit and saying that the woke is ruining everything. But to everyone else, I hope this was a good way of me conveying my points and ideas in tone to all of you. And yeah, I can come off as extremely jaded and hostile in my comments, but you gotta understand, how long have I been dealing with my comments? And how much of it was them just attacking me without ever addressing any of the points that I made? Overall, female custodies exist. It's just a fact of life now. It's a fucking fictional game of plastic toy soldiers. Who the fuck cares? Most people don't care. Not because they're indifferent to it, it's just, cool, I don't play custodies. Good for the custodies players. Wish we got some female heads and models to go with the new lore update. That's about it. Warhammer 40k is for everyone. To all those minority groups, to women, to blacks, Asians, Indians, whatever the fuck, especially the Jewish community, you are all fucking welcome here. And I promise that 99% of the community is good, they're loving, they're fun. Bricky, Arbiter Ian, Hellstorm Mikey, they are incredible content creators. Please go give them a follow. Their shit is fucking great. Fucking Bricky gets me to laugh on the floor. That's how funny this man is. And they actually give a shit about the IP. They actually give a shit about the story in the universe. And they talk about it and have fun with it. The Screechers, those people sounding off on Twitter and Facebook, they ain't the community. They're not. Most of them don't even know what a Warhammer is. Most of them got Grey Knights and Custodies confused. Most of them are just grifters who have lost relevance and are just trying to get a quick buck off of the racists. I promise that Warhammer 40k is a very fun setting with a lot of fun people in it. Whether it be on the table, in the lore community, or in the painting scene. Yeah, we have a toxic problem, but GW already told them we don't want you. And we never did.
Revolting.
Thanks for the sub, Dan. Alright. I'm gonna get back to work on the Halo video. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this and address this because I'm fucking tired. It's plastic toy soldiers, everybody. It should not be this fucking complicated. Alright. Talk to y'all later.